What are the Warriors going to do at number 2? I have no idea. Nobody does.
Look, KOC, me and you got a bet on Wiggins. I told you you'd be gone by next All-Star break. So this is a good question. Yes, they're going to get rid of Andrew Wiggins. I don't know if they'll pair it with the second pick overall, but it certainly wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if they move down a little bit. Let's say Charlotte loves somebody at 2. Could you move down a little bit? Maybe you still get the guy that you want. You get off that contract. You're not destroyed. What?
Well, you have like Wiggins. I mean, Wiggins in this situation could be a solid player.
Oh, stop.
He can be a solid player.
He doesn't fit with them. So
why? Why doesn't he fit with them? He can defend when he wants to.
When he wants to.
He can hit
been in the league for 7 years. Which of the 7 did he do it?
He's a really good cutter. I wrote an article after this trade was made.
I know you did.
I'm trying to find the headline so people can Google it if they want to.
I read it. It was awful.
Okay. I wrote it before the trade happened. To become the headline makes it sound way different than it is. To become the next Spurs, the Warriors need Andrew Wiggins. I knew you were going to react like that.
You mean the DeRozan Aldridge Spurs?
I hope Shea Serrano's not listening after that joke.
They are well on their way to that if they keep Wiggins. No, look, I've told you I think Wiseman is an unbelievable pick for them if they take him at number 2. I don't think Wiseman is a great fit or natural fit in Minnesota next to Karl Anthony Towns. So I think Wiseman, it stands to reason he could be there, depending upon if somebody trades up to Minnesota. But if they kept the number 2 pick, I think they would take James Wiseman. That's where I stand as of today. And I do believe they will get rid of Andrew Wiggins.
I'll tell you what, I'm confused here with what they're going to do. And so are teams and executives that I'm talking to, because there's so much information out there about the Warriors, like what they want to do, who they want to draft, like the guys they have interest in. I've reported that they love James Wiseman. I also reported that they like a lot of the wings. And this week, there's a report from Ethan Sherwood-Strauss that they worked out Denny Avdia, international prospect, a forward, 6'9", does a lot of good things in the court. And they really liked him. They liked his workout, according to Ethan. Connor from the San Francisco Chronicle has reported a bunch of stuff from the Warriors camp. And it's like, it's hard to decipher what is real and what is misdirection. So the problem we're facing, from our perspective, is the same problem that other teams are facing with, like, well, what do they actually want to do here? What do they actually want to do?
They're in win now mode, and I think the only player that I would be 100% would start for them next year, given their current roster, would be Wiseman. He could be a starter immediately for them. I don't know if there's anybody else they could draft that would. Nobody's starting over Steph. Nobody's starting over Clay. If you assume Wiggins is there, he's going to be a starter, and nobody's starting over Draymond. The only position open, right? And I'm not saying you have to draft an immediate starter when you're drafting for the future, but I would say it serves both purposes. You would get somebody that could impact your team immediately and in the future with not a lot of pressure on him. I've said that since
could a guy like, and this is why I've had Avdia going to them 2 mock drafts in a row now. It's not that I was hearing that he was the guy. It's that I heard they like wings. Mm-hmm. Avdia is somebody who I think could contribute right away too. He can come in and be a reliable defender for you. He's a great off-ball defender already after playing professionally for some number of years. And the fact is, offensively, he's a good decision maker, smart player, knows how to cut, knows how to move the ball around, which fits. The only question with him is, can he shoot? I mean, he shot 50% from the free throw line. The 3-point numbers wavered, from like high 30s to high 20s, all over the place there.
Well, in fairness, they need something on their bench anyway. Their bench stinks.
They do.
I mean, that's gotten ravaged the last couple of years. Yeah. You don't look at the bench and have everybody from, back to the glory years where it was Leandro Barbosa and Iguodala and Sean Livingston and all these kind of guys. I mean, they had a bunch of no names last year. It's like
I think some of those quote unquote no names are going to pan out to be solid rotation players. Like just one of them at least, Eric Pascal.
Pascal will.
I thought he had a good year for the
What do you
Warriors.
think about Poole?
Sort of went overlooked. I mean, I thought
Maybe.
I was maybe I was never super into him as a prospect, but he was an interesting pick though because he's such like he was a ball dominant player.
That thing was out of nowhere.
Yeah,
that was the most shocking.
Yeah.
Of the picks regarding mock drafts.
It didn't seem like a Warriors pick at all. Sort of like, just to mention the Spurs again, I was shocked when the Spurs took DeJounte Murray. That did not seem like a Spursian pick to me because he kind of had like a shot chucking style at Washington in college. But anyway, what are the Warriors going to do at number 2? I have no idea. Nobody does.
All right, I say Wiseman.